Welcome back to Balance and Thrive, where we explore the intersection of work, life, and well being. I'm your host, Kemi Afolayan, and today we are discussing the third topic of our four-part series on career. I will be speaking about career upskilling, and I would start by sharing real life example and also offer you practical tips to help you if you want to upskill in your career. BB, an IT desk support specialist, recognized the increasing importance of cybersecurity in protecting companies' data and systems. BB decided to upskill to a cybersecurity analyst. In her IT desk support specialist role, she performs basic network troubleshooting, hardware support, and as well as software support and customer service. BB decided to upskill by taking online courses on cybersecurity fundamentals, ethical hacking, and network security. She obtained certifications such as CompTIA Security, Certified Ethical Hackers, CISSP. She further participated in cybersecurity boot camps and worked on securing the company's network. BB developed skills in areas such as how to conduct threat analysis, incident response, penetrating testing, and security protocols. She started applying for cybersecurity roles and continued to stay updated with the latest trends and technologies in cybersecurity. BB also ensured that she continued to remain a valuable asset to her company. So, as you progress through your career, you may find opportunities to build upon your existing skill set. And over time, these new or advanced skills may be why you move into a management position or other roles, or even being offered to take or do more interesting projects at work. Upskilling refers to the process of learning new skills or improving existing ones to stay current and competitive in your job and in your industry. It involves building on existing skill and gaining deeper knowledge that you would need to stay updated with the industry trends and technology. It also means learning new and enhanced skills that relate to your current role. And that is why upskilling can also be called leveling up. And a good example is a software developer learning data science to transition into a data scientist role. There are several benefits to upskilling, and that benefit is both to the organization and as well as individual. So for the organization, upskilling improves and increases employees' engagement and also greater retention rate. This can save money by reducing the cost of recruitment, the cost of onboarding, or even the cost of training over time. While for the individual, upskill allows employees to progress towards achieving career goals, remain competitive in the job market, secure new opportunities, and also new jobs. Upskilling can also give an employee the opportunity to earn higher salary and continue to self-improve themselves. Also, it allows improved job performance and at the same time productivity. Upskilling increases the chances of promotion and career and advancement. It also allows, or sometimes you could have job satisfaction through upskilling. If you are considering upskilling, you need to learn about the resources available. For instance, the online courses, the certification, the workshops, the webinars, conferences, or even participate in mentorship programs. there is a distinction between upskilling and reskilling. Upskilling involves enhancing the skills related to your current role, while reskilling requires you to learn new skills to transition into a different role or even different field. When upskilling, you need to identify the skills required. So, for instance, we have the industry specific skills. If you're in a tech industry, you can upskilling by learning programming languages such as Python, JavaScript, or even data analysis or cybersecurity. Another example is in the healthcare. You can upskill by learning medical coding, patient care, health informatics. Another example is finance. You can upskill by acquiring skills in financial modeling, risk management, investment analysis. Also, when upskilling, you also need to identify your transferable soft skills, such as communication, active listening, presentation skills, problem solving skills, analytical thinking, creativity, leadership, and so on, or even how to motivate others, like team management, decision making, strategic planning, and so on. So for you to be able to upskill, these are some of the practical tips that can help you. First thing is you need to define the skills you want to develop and set achievable goals and milestones. We've talked at length about goal setting, milestones, deadlines, and so on in a previous video. The next thing you need to do is to create a learning schedule. Allocate specific time for learning and stick to that schedule. So discipline is required when you want to upskill. You then now need to find a way to apply what you learn, those new skills you've learned in a real life scenario. This will help you to reinforce your learning. Regularly ask for feedback from your peers, from your mentors. This will help you to know whether you're improving in that new skill. Lastly, you need to also keep up with the industry trends and continue to seek new learning opportunities. Upskilling also comes with its own challenges. So now I'm going to talk about some of the challenges and how you can overcome those challenges. So the first one is balancing upskilling with your existing job responsibility and your personal life can sometimes be difficult. So it is important that you need to create a structured schedule for yourself, make it realistic, set your realistic goals, and prioritize your task. Some of the courses, certification, and training programs can be expensive. So it's better you start looking for the free or the low cost resources first, and then you need to also check with the employer if there are employer sponsored training or even financial aid options. This will reduce the burden or the challenge of the cost of you upskilling. Staying motivated over a long period of time can be tough, especially with the self-paced learning. And that is why, to overcome this challenge, you need to set clear and achievable milestones and also know how to reward yourself for reaching those milestones. You can join study group, you can find a mentor, you can find an accountability partner, someone that can also support you in the process of you upskilling. Another challenge is knowing if the skill you're learning are relevant or are in demand. And this is a bit of a challenge, and that is why you need to continually do research on industry trends. You need to seek advice from professionals in your field, and you also need to focus on the skills that aligns with your career goals. Now we'll talk about the fear of stepping out of your comfort zone or learning something new. You can overcome this challenge by starting small. I'm an advocate of starting small. So you have your small manageable tasks, and then you gradually build your confidence and your competencies over time. Applying theoretical knowledge to practical scenarios can be another challenge. So you need to look for opportunities to apply these new skills. And you can do that by putting yourself forward for projects. You can also do internship or even volunteer work. These are ways you can use, or these are ways you can apply those things you're learning into a practical scenario. Another challenge is the lack of support or encouragement from your employer, and this can hinder upskilling efforts. And that is why you need to communicate the benefit of your upskilling to your manager or your supervisor or even your employer as a whole to seek their support. And while doing that, you need to highlight how your upskilling can positively impact your role and as well as the organization. So, that is all for today's episode on Balance and Thrive. Remember, growth often requires stepping into the unknown, and thriving in your career is an intentional process that depends mostly on you, on your effort, and your hunger for growth. So take small steps and you will see the significant improvement over time. If you've enjoyed this episode, please subscribe to my channel and share this video with your friends. Until next time, stay balanced and thrive. And don't forget to like this video.